Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I have some breaking news coming out here for you. I've got word that Iran is ready to launch their retaliation attack against Israel. So the U.S. and Israel believe and they're convinced. They also have intelligence proving that Iran is ready to go here, and they're going to be responding to this attack on the Iranian consulate in Syria on Monday. So we had two top generals from the IRGC Quds Force, along with five other officers that are here in these caskets that you see on the screen. This is Ali Khamenei right there with the white beard, and he's doing like a prayer here with all his other officers from the IRGC for these fallen soldiers here, along with these two generals that were killed. So they're ready to go. Okay, they're ready to strike Israel here sometime in the next week, is what initial reports are claiming, and we're gonna have to see what this response is gonna be. We also got multiple groups that are preparing to attack Israel as well, and this could be really massive here. Okay, and I think this response is going to be big. I don't think it'll just be an attack on an Israeli embassy in Iraq or something like that. I think this will be much greater than that. We do know that Israel has evacuated all of their staff from the Israeli embassies around the Middle East and in multiple other countries around Iran. Okay. So they're getting ready to go very soon, and I've got some information to go over here with you. So let's go ahead and get right into this. This is on CBS News. Israel and U.S. believe Iran is about to retaliate for Israeli bombing of Syria consulate, officials say. So this article reads, Israel and U.S. are convinced Iran is preparing to retaliate for the Israeli strike on an Iranian consulate in Syria, U.S. officials say. Israel on Monday struck an Iranian consulate in Damascus, Syria, and killed a number of senior leaders of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, according to the Pentagon. The U.S. has picked up intelligence that Iran is planning a retaliatory attack that would include a swarm of Shahed loitering drones and cruise missiles. Officials say the timing and target are unknown, but a proportional response to the Damascus attack would be a hit to hit an Israeli diplomatic facility. The attack is likely to come between now and the end of Ramadan next week. So sometime in the next week, we should see Iran responding here. And again, we'll have to see how big of a response that can be. But I believe personally this is going to be a huge response. I think they will launch probably drones and cruise missiles at Israel, and they may go after some targets that are unexpected here too. That's what I'm thinking. Another important unknown is where the drones and missiles would be launched from is either Iraq or Syria, which would prompt a thin claim of deniability by Tehran or from Iranian territory. So they could say that if they do launch these missiles or drones from Iraq or Syria, they could say, well, this wasn't us that did it. It was one of our proxies, just like what Hezbollah's already doing. And it would basically remove them from any further attacks on their own territory. Okay, like a strike in Iran if Israel were to respond. A public funeral was held in Tehran on Friday for the 7 IRGC members killed in the suspected Israeli strike in Damascus, including 2 generals. CBS News Sayed Bathay reported. It says here at the funeral, the IRGC's overall commander, General Hossein Salami, warned that Israel cannot escape the consequences of assassinating Iranian military officers. He did not give any further indication or how or when Iran might retaliate. So we don't know when they're going to do that, but it'll probably be soon. And he said they will not escape the consequences. So, like I said, I think it's going to be a big strike here. Seeking to prevent Iranian retaliation on facilities connected to the U.S. Biden administration, officials have stressed that the U.S. had no advanced notice of the strike. So they did tell Iran that. They said, hey, we don't have any knowledge that this was going to happen. We were not any part of this. So they were trying to remove themselves from the situation and say this was strictly just Israel carrying out this attack. Excuse me. National Security Council coordinator for strategic communications, John Kirby, said that President Biden in his phone call with Israel Thursday with Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu discussed Iranian threats to Israel. there was discussion between the two leaders about the very viable and quite public threat Iran is making to Israel's security in the last day or so. And the president made very clear to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that he can count on U.S. support to help them in their self-defense against threats directly and publicly posed by Iran. I think it's interesting that this article reads that, because I'm going to show you something else here in just a moment that says that the U.S. wants to stay out of this. They will not retaliate or come to the defense of Israel if they are attacked. So we'll have to see what that actually will be. Will the U.S. Come to their aid and help defend them if they're under a major attack here? We'll have to see how they respond. The Israelis are already warning publicly that they will retaliate, so an attack by Iran on an Israeli facility would be another step closer to a regional war. Yes, most definitely it would be. I think that when Israel made this strike on that consulate, I think that this was them telling Iran, hey, we're ready to go to war with you, and they want to provoke Iran too to get into this war. And maybe that's Benjamin Netanyahu's next plan here to stay in power, is to broaden this war and make it more than just what's going on with Hamas in Gaza, especially the fact that that he's having a lot of pushback from the U.S. and also from numerous countries around the world, and the UN as well, pushing back against this war in Gaza. It's not really going the way he would like. So maybe that's his plan, is to ignite a further regional conflict here, to continue war throughout the Middle East. So here on the Times of Israel, he said, we'll harm those who harm us as Israel braces for Iranian response. Okay, so that's what Netanyahu said. Anybody that harms us, we will retaliate and harm them back. Okay, so they said they're ready for a variety of scenarios here, and they're ready for any potential escalation. And they've said many times, even their defense minister Yoav Gallant has come out and said they're at war with multiple nations here, multiple groups. So that, obviously this is Iran that they're at war with, and all of their proxies. Okay, so I just wanted to show you those articles there to get you caught up to speed on what's going on here. And I'm also going to be showing you some other stuff here too. Just a quick few posts from X. Okay, so let's take a look at these. This is from Bricks News. Just in, Iran says these are Israel's last days. And the disgraced Zionist regime is going through its last days. Israel's crimes are unprecedented in history, and this evil regime does not adhere to anything. So that's huge right there. Them coming out and saying that this is Israel's last days. Okay, so is Iran threatening to eliminate Israel? Okay, are we about to see Iran, along with all these other proxy groups in the Middle East, collapse on Israel here very soon? I think what will happen here is if that does happen, the U.S. will probably get drawn into this, and this could be really bad. So we'll have to see how this plays out over the next week and what this strike will be. Will this just be a simple strike on an Iranian embassy or some sort of important infrastructure for Israel to prove a point here? Or is this something more than that, based on what these claims are saying, that Iran says these are Israel's last days? It says, I believe that people's understanding of Israel's crimes today will not be the only cause of Israel, and their supporters should be held accountable. So, like I said, Ali Khamenei here has been coming out. This is him right here in the photo. He's been coming out lately and speaking very bluntly, okay, about the fact that they will punish Israel. He said they will slap Israel. They will do whatever's necessary to defend against this attack on this Iranian consulate in Syria. So also, the next post here from Iran Observer says, breaking, Abu Fadak, leader of more than 250,000 Iraqi fighters, says he is waiting for Imam Khamenei's decision regarding Israel. So I think he's talking about Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. I think he's referring to that. I'm not sure what Imam is. Maybe that's another name or something that's used by him. Yeah, they're preparing here as well. Multiple groups throughout the Middle East that are affiliated with Iran are preparing to react to this, whatever Ali Khamenei's decision is, okay, based on how they're going to retaliate against Israel. So I wanted to show you that. And finally, this is interesting too. Like I told you, this kind of contradicts what we were seeing there in that article just a moment ago. This is from Megatron Ron. Okay, and it says, breaking, the U.S. will not interfere if Iran attacks Israel. Through a series of messages exchanged via third parties, the United States and Iran have come to an understanding. Iran assured the Americans it will not target U.S. facilities, and in turn, the U.S. says it will not get involved if Iran retaliates against Israel. Israel carried out the attack on the Iranian embassy in Damascus without consulting the United States. So yeah, they didn't tell the U.S. supposedly that they were going to do this. So the U.S. said we didn't have any involvement in this. We didn't even know they were going to do this. So this is strictly Israel, is what the U.S. is saying. So if you're going to punish anybody, punish them, and we will not get involved. And in return, Iran has said, okay, we will not target U.S. personnel. We won't target your bases, because we've already been seeing a lot of that. Just in the last few months, we had like well over 150 attacks on U.S. troops in the Middle East. And many of these groups that were attacking U.S. troops were Iran affiliated, okay? So I wanted to show you that too. So supposedly the U.S. is not going to get involved here whenever Iran decides to strike Israel. That's what they're claiming. Okay, so that this may give Iran some extra. They may feel even more emboldened, basically, and feel this extra power that they can just strike Israel with. Who knows? They might use multiple drones and multiple ballistic missiles at the same time. Who knows if they launch a ground incursion into Israel? They may try to do so. I'm sure Israel is prepared for all those certain scenarios that could play out. But what if this ends up being big? Okay, that's my question: is what if by the end of this weekend they launch a massive attack on Israel in the middle of the night, and this turns into being something way worse than what we saw on October 7th? So let me know what you think is going to happen here. Share your thoughts and concerns down in the comment section and your opinions. If you got something out of this video, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.